Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. I'm using the Osho Zen Tarot cards for this reading, and once again I'm out in my backyard. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon and I'm just out here. I'll show you a shot of my backyard. My cat, you probably can't see my cat, but she's she's hiding behind a bush over there behind the hammock. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Okay, so the cards that I'm going to draw are going to represent the week ahead, and really my intention here is to get an overview of the week ahead. I want to know what kinds of opportunities are going to be around the corner and how we can really make the most of this week. So starting with Monday and Tuesday, we have healing. Now this is the King of Water, or the King of Cups, and we've got healing. So beginning of the week, this card is really, it makes me think about things like, well, you can see the hands on the cards. It makes me think of things like Reiki or massage or acupressure, acupuncture, but it really makes me think about healing the emotions and using body-centered techniques to work with the emotions. So our emotions, when certain emotions aren't dealt with properly and they're not processed, they can get stuck in the body, and it can show up as tension, or even like in extreme cases it can show up as disease, or nervousness or anxiety or whatever. But basically what happens if we don't process emotions, they get stuck in the body. And one way to help release those stuck emotions is through doing body-centered work like deep tissue massage, or even, you know, acupuncture or Reiki or something like that. And even certain forms of exercise like yoga is really good with, you know, combining breath and movement and poses and stuff. It can help move some of that stuck emotion through the body, and it can help you process some of those emotions and deal with those emotions. So I feel like that's kind of an opportunity that's there for us at the beginning of the week. And as we move into the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we have slowing down, and this is the Knight of Rainbows, or the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, I love how he's represented as a turtle in this card, because the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight who is stationary. If you look at all the knights, they're all moving forward with gusto and enthusiasm, whereas the Knight of Pentacles is stationary, and he's like cautious. He doesn't want to move forward too quickly. This is about proceeding slowly. You don't need to rush into anything this week. There's often times where you do want to act quickly, and you want to, you know, you don't want to dilly-dally and think about something too much. You just want to go for it and take action. This is not the week to do that. This is about taking baby steps and doing things thoughtfully. So thinking before you act, thinking before you speak, and planning things out, deliberating, being slow, methodical, and thoughtful, and being practical as well, and not being frivolous or trying to think of the right word, whatever you call that when you just like rush into things. You don't want to be like that this week. You really want to think things through, and at the same time, take a slower pace with your life. Don't push yourself too hard. And the thing about the turtle is he can actually cover a lot of distance, but he does it slowly. So this doesn't mean, just because you're moving slowly doesn't mean you're ineffective or you're not going to get to where you want to go. You're just doing it more thoughtfully and consciously. As we get to the end of the week, so Saturday, Sunday, we've got inner voice. This is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess there's a few things that come to mind when I see this card. I love how this card is such a symbol of the mystery that lies inside all of us. And sometimes that whole process of exploring your intuition and listening to that inner voice is not always as easy and straightforward as it might sound. I think sometimes there's this process of discovering the mystery inside of us and illuminating the secrets that reside inside of us. And I think that that is what the High Priestess is all about. So this weekend is a good time to explore things like dream interpretation, intuition, meditation. In fact, I see some similarities between the King of Cups, the card of healing, and the High Priestess, the inner voice. And for one thing, the colors are similar. Like there's some beautiful blues here, and there's this idea of flow and water. I can kind of see it sort of here and then up here. And so these two cards are very similar, and I feel like this card of healing and healing the emotions and healing the self goes hand in hand with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about doing inner work. There's outer work that we do on ourselves and in our lives, and that's usually obvious kinds of things. You can look at someone and see what kind of outer work they're doing. But the High Priestess she's not she's not an obvious card, so she's about doing the inner work, and the inner work is something that is almost somewhat secretive and it's private and it's not going to be obvious to others, really. This is about really exploring yourself, exploring your intuition, your motivations for things, your subconscious fears and desires, and really exploring all that, all those rich waters of the self. And there's also this symbol of the moon in this card. It's like there's a full moon here, there's a crescent moon here, and then these dolphins are moving in this cyclical fashion, which I think is interesting. It's like this one dolphin is diving into the deep waters of the subconscious, and this other dolphin is emerging and leaping into the ethers. And it's this idea of working with the cycles. So there's going to be a time when you're going to feel like going within. I find there's certain times a day it's easier for me to do this. Sometimes it's early morning, sometimes it's evening, sometimes it's mid-afternoon, and there's certain times of the month and even times of the year where it's easier to do that inner work. I find wintertime is a very introverted kind of time to do a lot of this work. So this is about working with the cycles and honoring those cycles. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna look at these cards together and see if anything else jumps out at me. Definitely a real theme this week of taking things slowly and thoughtfully and really paying attention. So when I look at all three cards, the theme is slowing down. Slowing down, noticing your emotions and your responses to things, and being deliberate and being thoughtful in your actions. That's really the theme of this week. It actually feels like a relief looking at these cards. It's like, a week where I can really relax. That's the sense I get with this card, is to really take it easy this week and really relax, but go within and do some of that fascinating inner work. So I invite you to add any of your own ideas or thoughts you have on these cards. Just add those in the comments below. And I want to thank you for watching. I hope you found this reading interesting or helpful. And you can check out more of my stuff on my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got tarot exercises, deck reviews, tarot card meanings, tarot spreads, all kinds of fun stuff on there for you to check out. So I'll put the link to my site in the description box below this video. And have a great week. Thanks for watching.